Imagine a world untouched by civilization. No cities, no roads, no farms, only vast wilderness stretching as far as the eye could see. Rivers carved paths through dense forests, mountains rose into mist, and every creature struggled to survive. Humans were small, vulnerable, yet incredibly resilient. Survival was never guaranteed. Food was scarce. Every animal hunted, every berry gathered could mean the difference between life and death. Families moved constantly, following the herds, chasing the seasons, and seeking water. Hunger was always present, a shadow that followed them everywhere, and with it came fear, tension, and the first seeds of conflict. As humans wandered across these wild landscapes, their paths began to intersect. A river teeming with fish, a grove heavy with berries, a cave offering shelter, all became precious resources. When two groups arrived at the same place, tension rose. Avoidance was sometimes possible, but hunger made every encounter risky. The first human conflicts were not born from cruelty, they were born from necessity. Conflict in those days was raw and immediate. Words as we know them did not exist. A shout, a gesture, a threatening stance could ignite a fight. Humans were not naturally aggressive, they were desperate. Desperation forced them to defend what they had, and sometimes to take what they needed from others. Stones were thrown, spears were raised, bones were sharpened. Every encounter tested strength, strategy, and courage. Those who failed did not survive. Those who adapted grew stronger, wiser, and more cautious. Land itself became a prize. Certain regions offered more game, fresh water, and safer shelter. Groups began to recognize these territories, returning season after season. Crossing into another group's land could result in deadly consequences. Early humans' understanding of land and boundaries was practical. It was about survival. Each conflict, each encounter left an imprint on memory, shaping instincts and behaviors for generations. Yet survival was not built on conflict alone. Cooperation became equally essential. Families shared food, taught hunting and gathering skills, and formed alliances with neighboring groups. Disputes were sometimes resolved without violence, through negotiation, sharing, or compromise. These early lessons in teamwork became the foundation of human society, showing that survival required both strength and intelligence. Repeated struggles inspired innovation. Humans sharpened tools, built safer shelters, and created clever traps. They studied animal tracks, observed the growth of plants, and remembered patterns of the seasons. Every challenge over food or territory became an opportunity to learn, adapt, and evolve. Intelligence and instinct grew side by side, honed by the harsh realities of life. The price of survival was high. Hunger, disease, and injury claimed countless lives. Families were torn apart. Yet from these harsh realities, humans learned invaluable lessons. They learned to respect resources, understand boundaries, and value alliances. Each loss shaped the behavior of future generations, guiding them toward survival and prosperity. Humans also discovered empathy, curiosity, and ingenuity. They watched the world closely, learning from the movements of animals, the cycles of seasons, and the patterns of nature. Life was harsh, but it was also full of lessons, opportunities, and growth. Each conflict, each challenge shaped the humans of tomorrow, building instincts and intelligence that continue to guide us even now. The struggles over food and territory did more than teach survival. They shaped humanity itself. Cooperation and competition, fear and courage, loss and triumph, they all became part of the human story. The instincts we carry today, from sharing food to defending what we value, trace back to these ancient struggles. The first conflicts were not about power, they were about life, resilience, and learning to adapt. Even in our modern world, these lessons echo within us. Our strategies, our awareness, our resourcefulness, and our instincts for cooperation and competition are all legacies of those first humans. Their story is not just one of survival, it is a story of intelligence, resilience, and the foundations of society. The first human conflicts over food and territory were not tales of conquest, they were tales of life. From fear and hunger, humans learned courage. From scarcity and danger, they learned intelligence. From conflict and cooperation, they built the foundations of society. These struggles, etched into the survival of the species, shaped who we are today. They are the roots of human resilience, the beginning of human wisdom, and the story of humanity's first steps in a dangerous, beautiful, and unpredictable world.